Alright, so yesterday Kyle and I went to Davis's with 2 trucks. We had some electrical problems on my father's truck and the Dodge Salter. My father's truck didn't have a left headlight, which we found a bad harness and module on it. And the Dodge had a bad connector in the factory plug, so we ended up having to change that. So we spent a whole day with Bill troubleshooting and finally getting that squared away. So while we were there, we realized that the bolts on this that hold the frame on were really loose, which is a common problem with these. We constantly got to tighten them, replace them. Usually we can't tighten them because they wear out in there, so we're gonna go ahead and get them replaced today. The drop chain was just a touch low, so it wasn't hitting the stop, so I'm going to do that so the plow sits tight when you're going up the road. Got to pull the Salter in, the Dodge Salter. We noticed that the chain was loose on that, so we got to get the drive chain on that Salter tightened and replace the batteries on the Mac today. We got 4 of them in here yesterday, and go over. We had Timber Tree doing some tree work for us, and they dumped a bunch of chips up on the property and wood, so I just got to go and push them over. So yeah, we're gonna get rolling. Kyle's standing here waiting, doesn't want to get on video too early in the morning, but we'll see if he can't reach in there and we can get a couple of these loose and see what the hell happens. I'm not sure what they are, so we gotta loosen them and go. Alright, I'm gonna have to jack that up. So yeah, we got that off. Go ahead and get the jack. We're gonna have to run a jack in here to smooth them out. And then, oh, look who just showed up. The happiest guy of all.
Whoa.
So
what's
he,
your problem today?
oh, what's my problem today already?
What's that?
You gotta throw a jack under it. Here. So, what do you got going on? There you go.
Imagine that, huh?
Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Wow.
Mind reader. So,
Hopefully you can find everything. I mean, I organized.
Jeff organized in here yesterday because he was not going to go with us. So he spent the day in here away from everybody else and organized. But I don't know. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see that bolt. So they don't like to be tightened when they look like that. Alright, we got 4 bolts that should work. Looks like we're all out of them, so we're gonna have to go to Hiawatha Fasteners and get some new ones. Apparently, we go through quite a bit of year, and I try to run them with a harder steel on them. So this might be a different size. I'm checking. Nothing can be right? Or the same. And we're not listening to our normal politics today on the radio. I'm getting sick of it, so we're done with that for a while. The chain on these is when the lift chain gets loose, they stretch a little bit. It's a 9/16. They stretch just a hair, and when they do that, then it doesn't come up. So basically, these stops are supposed to hit on these, and it stops the plow from moving. So when it doesn't do that, then it wobbles all around because it's not on the stop. So we're gonna pop this U-bolt off. I think we only need to do one side. I hope we only need to do one side. So I should have 21. Links.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, we do boarding for chickens in the winter. Getting back to picking in the spring and all that kind of stuff. We're here to have our first time chicken release. Would you like to raise a chicken?
Then you just take the extra that's in there and that can just lay in there and it's not going to hit anything. And then these U-bolts we leave just so hot to loose. They're on lockers. Gives them a little room for the chain to move in them. If we can get in there. Maybe? Can I? Yeah. Maybe a touch too tight. Alright, so we should be able to pull the jack out. You know, we ought to throw a little grease in the thing when we get it up. Move it back and forth to make sure it's working. Get the jack out there. And away we go. With this one. That's all we need to do with this, right? Kyle's gonna put the sockets away, which is what we should do when we use tools, is put everything away, which is something I can't get mastered around this place. It's funny how that works. So just put the key on here. Use your controller, turn it on.
6-inch blade before the American public.
You hitting the stops?
Yes.
Alright. Alright. The bolt's good? Yeah. So Kyle's got to get center pins greased. It's a pretty easy job. Well, it's supposed to be easy, but as usual, the maybe it's working. So each one has its own hole in it. It saves on center pin wear. We greased all our old ones, or drilled all our old ones, because the original setup didn't have them, but these ones do. So we greased all of them. And no, should be right in there. We drilled them so we can grease them. Sometimes grease is your friend. This should be a top one. Is it maybe in the center or something? All right, got that done. We're gonna go ahead and get the salter in here and get that chain adjusted and move on about our day. All right, we got that truck out, so we got to get this chain tightened on this salter. I don't know if you can see it, but up in here, it's really loose. So in the front of them, there's a bearing block with a bolt, and it just pushes it ahead. So we've got some adjustment left. It should be enough to take it out this time. Probably what's going to happen though is we've got to take a link out of the chain. When we got to do that, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do. So hopefully we've got enough. I'm not in the mood to take a link out of a chain today if we don't have to. So we just get them. It's a pretty easy task. You just take the gun, loosen those bolts there, and snug up the other piece. Piles up there, so I'll just loosen this one a little bit, and a little less than that. Snug her up a little, get her loosened, and there we go. So, back the jam nut off. Quite a bit, you won't need it. So we'll get that jam nut backed off, and then there's a threaded nut on the other side. It's welded into the stainless here. And hopefully she'll just snug right up. What was that, 15, 16? Kyle's got one and I got one, and we should just be able to work together and snug it straight in, and then we'll just get a tape measure and measure the distance so the chain runs straight. It's not a killer, but there you can actually see where it's coming up through there as we're doing it. There you go. I can see that point there. He does his side and I do my side, and they should just go right together, even though I'm spending more time talking and his is turning. Alright, so the conveyor, that won't turn because I got the chute door open in the back, so we gotta manually, there's 2 buttons we can hold, but she's pretty snug, so we'll run it at that. So go ahead and tighten your jam nut and your bearing here and there. I'm good. But I want to grease this too, so in here. All right, so we got that done. Everything's good there. So we'll go ahead and we're just gonna grease it real quick. Grease the plow on this truck, and yeah, we should be good with this one. I may pull the other salter in if, depending on how ambitious we feel, and see if that needs to get tightened too. We probably ought to just do it. They loosen up when you use them the first couple times. They just stretch a little bit. So this one's good. So we're gonna go ahead and get this closed up, get it greased, and continue on. All right, so we went to do this one. This chain's loose too, so we're gonna have to tighten this one. It's basically the same thing, but the problem is this truck's kind of tucked up in there. So we're just gonna go ahead and we'll get it tucked up in and tightened up on here. Sitting inside the metal dump kind of makes it real tight, but we can squeeze in here. We'll get her snugged up and move on to the next thing. So Jeff, Jason, and Bobby are down here finishing up today. They just got some brush hogging and miscellaneous thing on this lot that we cleared. We had timber come in and take care of all the big stuff and chips, and these guys are just knocking everything to the ground. So Jeff's down here screaming like Jeff does. There's walk behind brush hog. He's wanted to use that walk behind brush hog for months now. So he finally is getting to use it. He's pretty excited about that. Bobby's over there with a weed trimmer, trimming down some shit. Yeah, so they're gonna finish up. Kyle and I just finished up here, and about to conclude our day. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up button. Tell your friends about the channel.